Welcome to the Green Smoothie World Headquarters. I'm Sergey Boutenko, and today we're going to talk about green smoothies. There are many health benefits associated with green smoothies. When you take fruits and green leafy vegetables, blend them together, that's one good way to incorporate more greens into your diet. Some other health benefits are more enzymes, more vitamins, more minerals, more antioxidants. Green smoothies also help to boost our immune system. They also cleanse our inner organs, our liver, our pancreas, and they are a complete food that's easily digestible. Every morning when we wake up, we make between 1 and 2 quarts of this magic liquid for ourselves, and then we start our day. We start our breakfast with a green smoothie. Since my mom published her book, Green for Life, in 2004, we've been receiving thousands of different emails, all asking us pretty much the same thing. How do you make the best green smoothie possible? In this video, that's exactly what I want to talk about. I want to give you some basic guidelines, 4 basic guidelines actually, that will help you succeed when making a green smoothie to make it as delicious as possible and as nutritious as possible. So those 4 basic guidelines are, number 1, never blend anything except fruits, green leafy vegetables, and water when making a green smoothie. So let's break this down a little bit. What is a vegetable? Because we've all heard that it's not good to combine fruits and vegetables together. Well, when I looked into botany, I got really confused because all of a sudden, I didn't know what a fruit was and what a vegetable was. I always thought a tomato was a vegetable, but it turns out it's a fruit. A bell pepper's a fruit, an avocado's a fruit, a cucumber's a fruit, a melon's a fruit. So what then is a vegetable? So as I looked into botany, it turns out what they consider to be a vegetable is things that has starch in it. Things like root vegetables, carrots, beets, potatoes, sweet potatoes, broccoli, cabbage. And it's very important to make that distinction because green leafy vegetables, things such as kale or lettuce or spinach, they're actually in the leaves and blossom family, and they're perfectly okay to combine with fruits. You won't have such a positive result if you make a green smoothie and then throw some carrots or some starchy vegetables in there. So make that distinction early. When making a green smoothie, use only green leafy vegetables. In this day and age, there's constantly more information about new products out there like Himalayan goji berries or various supplement powders. And while it is tempting to throw these products in our green smoothies, I recommend that you refrain from doing that because it'll jeopardize how quickly it's digested, and just mixing too many ingredients in it is not a very good thing. Guideline number 2 is to keep it simple. I don't know if you remember playing with clay as a child, or if you even played with clay as a child. I sure did. And I noticed that when I mixed 2 colors, like for instance, red clay and blue clay, I mixed it together, it made a really nice color, it made purple. If I mixed more than 2 colors, like all the colors, to try and create the ultimate color, I would generally get a really dark brown or green murky color. This is true for making recipes too. If you load whatever you're making with tons of ingredients, the end result might not be as good. And I'll tell you why, because if you put 3 different types of greens in and 10 different types of fruit and 4 different types of water into your green smoothie, the ingredients will start canceling each other out. And as a result, you'll probably waste unnecessary funds when making a green smoothie. And you're just not going to get the best taste possible. So that's number 2. Keep your green smoothies simple. Number 3 would have to be, don't try and be too perfect too quickly. So this is where my job becomes difficult because I have to inspire you to drink more greens, to eat more greens, and at the same time I have to say, but know your limits. Because if you increase too fast or too quickly, you might be setting yourself up for failure. It's okay to start adding a little bit more fruit in the beginning, make it delicious for yourself, and in that way you will ensure that you'll actually drink it. Because what's the point of buying expensive organic greens, putting them in a green smoothie, and then having the green smoothie sit in your fridge? So start with fruits, lots of fruits even. The generic recipe for a green smoothie is about 60% fruit by volume and 40% greens by volume, and also enough water to help it blend. Once you've been drinking this fruity green smoothie for several months and you're already adjusted to it, your body will naturally ask you for a slightly less sweet smoothie. Number 4, it is really good to rotate the greens that you use in your green smoothie. So when I say rotate your greens, this is because nature engineered all green leafy plants to have a small amount of alkaloids in them. And while these alkaloids are very beneficial to our health in small quantities, if we rotate the greens that we put into our green smoothie, we can ensure that they never accumulate to an unhealthy proportion within our own bodies. So what this means is one day, maybe make your green smoothie out of kale. Maybe on the next day, make it out of a different type of kale, like purple kale. On the following day, use spinach. Then the next day after that, use some parsley. The next day after that, use some Swiss chard. The next day after that, use some wild edibles, like dandelions. And then you can come back to kale. So just make sure to rotate those ingredients. If you want to learn more detailed information about green smoothies and greens in general, feel free to pick up a copy of my mother's book, Green for Life. It's available worldwide and has been translated in many different languages. I'd like to talk about the blender before we start, because it's pretty important what kind of blender you use. This right here is known as a Vitamix blender. It's a pretty worthy choice. It's got 2 horsepower, so you know it's good. It can blend up wooden blocks and therefore liquefy the greens so that it's smooth all around and you don't get any chunks. And I also have a couple strawberries. And I'm also not going to take the greens off because, after all, what is this? That's right, it's a green smoothie. Here, I'm going to try it.